Hi, my name's Carol Ricard, and welcome to this episode of I Am Not Cancer. If this is your first time tuning in, this show is really designed with one mission in mind to inspire, to inform, and empower people whose lives have been touched by cancer. And I have to tell you all, I am super excited to introduce you all to my guest tonight because this is something that has been a critical part of my own cancer recovery. And well, I just got to bring on my guest here, and so here she is. Welcome, Beverly Burns.
Hi, Carol, and hi, everybody that's watching.
So, so Beverly,
So excited to be here. Thank you for asking me.
well, I know that you have some wonderful things kind of in store for us, so I'm ready to just get rolling with it.
All right. Well, the first thing we always do with a laughter session, because we're talking about laughter for your health, all right, your mental, physical, emotional, everything, is that we laugh. It seems like for no reason, but we'll go into the reasons later. But we don't need a joke or comedy. So what I'll do is ask you to breathe in deeply. And then when we exhale, we're going to laugh and then we can breathe more. And we'll do that for 20, 30 seconds. I'll do
All right.
Breathe in deeply. Okay, good job. Good job. Yay. So, so that felt good. Do you feel good?
Felt good.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I just found a few quotes I wanted to first read before we go into the background a little bit. In Proverbs 17:22, a joyful heart gives health to the body, while a sad spirit dries up the bones. Yeah. So joy is very important to health, very important to health. And William James, famous psychologist, he said, we don't laugh because we're happy. We are happy because we laugh. And we'll go into that one a little bit too. So I guess I should start with my laughter story, right? Because I've been involved 20 years in laughing with people, laughing on my own. I was in a very sad place in my life 20 years ago. My work situation, which had been so successful working with children with disabilities, I was working in a children's home in Germany, and it wasn't so happy anymore. There were some employees that were turning on me, and I was also thinking about leaving Germany and going to America. So I was indecisive. I was angry, I was upset, and also a personal relationship was falling apart that had meant a lot to me. So right there also, my heart was breaking. I saw in the paper, the German paper, come to Dr. Kataria's School of Laughter, ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. And it was a 3-day training in Hamburg, Germany. And I thought, you know what? I'm not laughing. I used to laugh a lot. I grew up in a household where my mother laughed and sang and told stories, but yet as an adult, I got very serious and very tense about life and made some poor decisions. And so I was not laughing. I was actually very depressed, angry, depressed, and riled up. So I went to this training. I thought it would go for a day. I ended up going for 3 days because I learned to laugh with people I never knew before, using exercises, breathing exercises, movement, coordination, dancing, affirmations. And we used all these things. And then the laughter was spontaneous after a while. First, it was on purpose. We didn't use jokes or comedy. And I was just floored at how much better I felt. I went from angry to awesome. I went from riled up to relaxed, and depressed to delighted in 3 days. And And it just stayed with me. And when I went back to America, it helped me deal with my aging parents who were sick. I had more of a sense of humor and was more playful with them. It helped me in finding new work, new relationships. It helped me in so many ways. And then I trained to be a teacher in this method. And I went on and got other trainings. And I'm still doing it to this day, 20 years later. So that's in the short, my laughter story. And I met
And
Carol along the way.
And that's what I was about to say. Then in 2011, I got this flyer from somebody, passed it along to me, and Beverly was doing a workshop, and it was a weekend workshop. And I just thought, you know what? This would be great to use with my patients. And so I joined. And in full, I have to tell people, I shared with Beverly, she didn't know this, but before we hopped on the taping here, I I laugh every day. I do 20 minutes of laughter meditation every day as a part of my cancer care, quite
That's
honestly.
wonderful. That's
And
so
so yeah,
wonderful.
I thought, all right, this would be a great show to introduce people to. So and I have to tell you, I don't remember your story, but thank you for sharing
Oh,
it with us.
yeah, you're welcome. Um, I everybody has their own laughter story, why they come to laughter, and it's there's there's no coincidence. I mean, it happens because it's meant to happen, right? So yeah, it really transformed my life, and it's what you make of it. If you want to continue with it, if you do it every day, that's very helpful because you're helping your body heal every day from the tensions and the toxins, the stress hormones. Because I have this handy little card. I don't know if you can see it. DOSE, right?
Dose.
Dose. What's the daily dose? When you laugh, you create dopamine, makes you feel relaxed and happy, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins that ease pain, and also it produces something called cortisol. The adrenaline glands produce, which really are anti-inflammatory hormones, so that people with arthritis and with pain in their joints, they have no pain for hours afterwards. Yeah, and there are many amazing stories of healings through laughter, like Norman Cousins. You know about him? He wrote Anatomy of an Illness, and he had a autoimmune disease that was very painful, and it's hard to pronounce. It's called ankylosing spondylitis, and something like only 1 out of 300 people with that survive. It's
Wow.
awful, but he decided he would laugh, and he went to a hotel and he watched funny movies. This was before there was laughter yoga, right? He watched funny movies for hours. He's found that 15 minutes of deep belly laughing helped him sleep pain-free for 2 hours. Isn't that
Wow.
amazing?
Yeah.
And he was in a wheelchair, and he eventually was able to walk out of that hotel healed, and did research after that and wrote books.
I had, I had heard, I mean, I kind of knew a little bit about the story, and it might have been gone back to the training, that I
Mm-hmm.
did with you. Uh,
Right.
but I think that there's so much hope in what you just said, because, for people that might be experiencing pain now of the cancer, or,
Mm-hmm.
just even the treatment itself, that there's other things other than pain medicine.
Right.
I think of it as what we've always heard, laughter's the best medicine.
Yes, let's do a breathing exercise
Yes.
from yoga, which is something we do. It's called Pranayama Breathing, and I'll show you first. And you just breathe in, and you go, your arms up, breathe through your nose, hold your breath a moment, and then breathe out your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Okay,
Okay.
everybody, let's try it. 1, 2, 3,
Ready?
go. Hold it, and relax. And let's, with a big smile, let's do it again. Hold it, and this time come down with a sigh.
Oh,
Ah. Smiling. And let's do it again. Hold it, and now come down laughing. And audience, please join in when we do exercises. It feels good, I hope, and then you'll find out what it's like to do a laughter session, okay?
Yeah. We gotta warn people. Laughter isn't something that you just talk about. It really is something you have to experience.
Yes, it is. And breath is so important. Laughter is just the out breath. It's the exhaling. So I have this little cute little star here. Gotta find the camera. And this is like your lungs, all right? Your lungs are just elastic. They need air to keep them inflated, right? So there's always about 1.5 liters of air in the lungs. Even when you exhale, you think you've exhaled everything. But when the lungs could really inhale and get big, and about 6 liters of air they can hold. However, most of us are shallow breathers, right? We breathe from our lungs up here, the upper lungs. So we just breathe a little bit. You fill them a little bit. Now, when you do pranayama breathing exercises or jogging or anything where you have to breathe, much deeper through your belly, they really expand. And you exhale. Breathe in more fresh oxygen, which goes into the whole body, the organs, the brain, and the body's starving for oxygen. So this is wonderful. It revives you. It makes you feel good. You don't even have to go outside. Of course, fresh air is important too, but do pranayama breathing. Laughing, of course, is good. And then we also do affirmations. Affirmations are great because we're telling the brain and we're telling ourselves that we are being positive, that we are joyful, that we're hopeful. For instance, this is one that we like to do. Okay, let me say it. Okay, here it is. So with body stance, I'll just say it once and then we'll say it a few times in different ways. Okay. I am powerful and unstoppable. 1, 2, 3, go. I am powerful and unstoppable. I am powerful and unstoppable. I am powerful and unstoppable. Yay.
And you know what's so important about that?
Yeah.
That it's been shown, research shows that our mindset affects our outcomes. And so if our mindset is just sort of negative, I always like to say this, I call it survivor's mindset. And we have to make a decision. We're either going to move towards wellness or we're going to go towards illness, but we can't do both at the same time.
Right.
And this kind of directs our mind to the positive.
Absolutely. And about a 45-minute laughter session takes you through movement exercises, laughing exercises for fun and playfulness, affirmations that are always positive, and the other breathing. So 4 different exercises at least. There can be dancing involved, music, but those are the basic things that help us. Now here's a movement exercise. It's like brain gym. You go hold your hands in front of you and go ho ho. Ho ho.
Ho ho.
And then to the side, ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Ho ho, again to the middle.
Ho ho.
And the other side, ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
So let's try it. Audience 2, please. 1, 2, 3. Ho ho. Ha ha ha. Ho ho. Ha ha ha. Ho ho. Ha ha ha. Yay. Good job, everybody. Yay. So we're actually also touching all our acupressure points on our hands, which make us feel better, right? We're also, when we're doing this, is our brain worrying? No, we're in the present moment. We're doing something right to left, left to right, to the middle, which could be up and down. These are different exercises we do in laughter sessions that help us feel good, touching our body, releasing feel-good hormones. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was going to say the touch too, so it makes your whole brain be engaged in the experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh,
So there's so many levels to it. There's so many levels. There's laughter wellness, which was introduced by Sebastian Gendry, who's a Frenchman who lived in America many, many years. He just went back to France. And he's developed a wellness method, which I studied later with him, which I find also wonderful. Both forms are wonderful. Um, but he engages you in sometimes in conversation so that everybody shares. They'll have time to share, and that's so important for us to be able to share. Like, let's name three adjectives that are positive about ourselves. Okay, I'll go first, and then Carol. Okay, I'm an active older adult. I love to laugh, and I love healing methods, healing people, finding ways to heal and to engage with others. Okay, Carol. So that's more than three, but you could be sentences.
yeah, it could be sentence. Well, what I was going to say is I love helping other people
Uh-huh.
feel better.
Yeah.
I also live what I teach,
Mm-hmm.
and I absolutely am present and showing up in life every day.
Yay. That's so wonderful. And we always applaud. We go, yay, for each person that shares
Yay.
something. Yay. And there are guidelines to a laughter session. I should share that. Okay. So one of them is enjoy yourself. Have a good time, right? You can let go. You don't have to worry. Everybody's doing the same things. We look funny, so what? We're having fun, right? So enjoy yourself, but don't have any new pain, right? So if you do something that hurts you, please stop, pull back a little, keep smiling, because that endorphins are good for you, all the feel good hormones. But just take care of yourself. You know yourself best, okay? And then do what I do, say what I say, please. Do not do any extra talking, right? So we can process at the end of the session. There's time for that at the end when it's over, because there's a flow to the exercises, and we want to continue creatively with our right side of our brain flowing and playfully engaging. All right. And then we want to engage in eye contact. So people look at each other close to the screen and laugh. That's contagious. Eye contact and laughing, hearing other people laugh. So let's everybody just wave and say hi to everybody else out there. Hi, hello, laughing, smiling. Good job.
Oh, Beverly, you know what? I remember, when COVID hit,
Yeah.
and I was thinking to myself, people were doing laughter yoga sessions virtually, and I was used to doing them, of course, in person.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, oh, this isn't going to work. And then I went to some online workshop, and the woman started doing some, and I was like, oh my God, this works, because we had a Zoom camera, and I'm making eye contact with you. I'm looking at you.
Yes, it does work.
And and and
Yeah.
and my point in saying this is that for somebody that's at home, right,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
maybe lives somewhere where there's nothing gonna be, kind of, people would look at you if you talked about laughter yoga, which is okay, fine. YouTube and online are some great places, right?
Yes. At YouTube, you'll have wonderful laughter leaders and master teachers teaching you exercises. That's great, but also the live Zoom
Yeah.
laughter sessions, which you can find on Facebook. Um, I
Oh,
think it's on Laughter Yoga Zoom groups. You can look on Facebook for it. You can hunt around, and they post every day. There are many, many all over the world that you can be laughing with people in India or France or Russia or here, and that's wonderful because it's live and it's you can also contribute your own exercises and interact with people. And when you're home, so isolated during this pandemic, a lot of us were. It's very joyful. It's a blessing to have
yeah.
that. And I just finished a 10-week session with older adults from a hospital wellness program here in Ocean County, New Jersey, and it was really great. They showed up. they look forward to it every Monday morning. They said it was the best start of their day, and laughing was the best medicine for them. Um, I want to continue doing that because who knows how long we're going to have to, mask up. And you can't really do it in a setting with masks on. And laughing as well as singing also spreads the aerosol particles further. So it would have to be 10 feet apart. Now, we'd have to be in a baseball field to do that. And hey, what'd you say? So it's better on Zoom right now. And that's what I wanted to say, that it's very possible, you don't have to stay home alone in misery or in pain. You can be doing these exercises, getting the benefits, and what I wanted to say, there's also a wonderful therapist. She's passed now, but her name was Dr. Annette Goodhart. She wrote a book called Laughter Therapy, and she brought laughter to the therapy world. She was a psychotherapist in the 1960s.
Wow.
She also spoke with Norman Cousins about his research on laughter. She went around the world teaching laughter therapy. There are a few videos on YouTube of her. Unfortunately, not enough, but they're trying to transfer the cassettes into videos. And she talked about how laughter and crying are part of a cathartic release that the body needs, because we hold trauma in our body. It's emotional, it's in naughty, it's knots, it's centered there. And the laughing and crying helps to free it up and cathartically expel it from our bodies. We may need to do it again and again, and that's why we have therapists. But she taught people how to do it for themselves through sounds. It was amazing to watch her in some of these videos. So I just wanted to mention that.
I'm going to look her up because, one of the things, and I want to say this because I remember what we would do, and when we did the training, and then I did the, kind of the renewal training, back maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago or so it was.
Yeah.
And I just remember we would sit in a circle and we did the laughter meditation, and you just had us close our eyes. And so we all closed our eyes and we just started kind of laughing, and you could laugh softly or loudly, and, and so that's what I started doing all on my own for 1 minute. And I'm going to tell everybody, it felt weird at first, but I knew how powerful it was for our health and our well-being and our mental health. And I just persevered. And now I do 20 minutes on my car.
It's amazing.
When my sister was here during my chemotherapy, I actually couldn't get in my car. I didn't go anywhere. So I would go in the shower. And when I was in the shower, that was where I did it.
Wow, that's great. And laughing before chemotherapy, they found really helps the patient heal faster, because patients are tense and they're nervous and they're not feeling well, and they're focusing on that before chemotherapy. But they've run studies where, there was one group that didn't have the laughter session before chemo and one group that did. And the one that did have it did much, much better, healed much faster. So it's important, because you don't want stress and tension if you have cancer. You don't want it. It feeds it. You want to be relaxed. You want to laugh. You want to have this positive, all the doses in your body, right? Yeah.
It's funny you said that, because actually I was driving myself to chemotherapy, and I would try and do a good 30 to 40 minutes of my drive. I would just turn on the radio, and just start. And my goal was, I initially thought, okay, I'm going to do it during my chemotherapy, right? But my chemotherapy was 6 hours. And the first couple of times I actually had somebody go with me, so I had somebody to talk to. So it was on my drive there, though, that I found, okay, I'm just going to get my body in this nice sort of relaxed kind of place. And
Good for you. Good for you.
It really is one of the most powerful tools. It's amazing to think of Dr. Goodhart having been ahead of her time back in the 60s as well.
Yes, amazing. Her book is amazing. Get it.
Yeah.
So let's do an exercise.
Okay.
All right.
And
All right.
listen, we got 3 minutes to go.
Oh,
So
okay. So
just
what?
give you a heads up.
Okay. So this is a laughter exercise. So first you're gonna like smile and go E, and then take your fingers and go E. Push them up. And audience, do this too. E, E,
E,
E, E.
E.
Okay. And now we're going to do the vowels A, O, A, E, O, oo, but with an H in front of them, going like this. Ha, he, he, ho, hoo. Ha, he. Okay, over and over again. 1, 2, 3, go. Ha, he, he, ho, hoo. Ha, he, he, ho, hoo. Ha, he, he, ho, ha. Ho, ha, he, ha, you. Ha, he, ho, ha. Ha, he, he, ho. Ha, he, he, ho, hoo. Ha, he, he, ho, hoo. Make eye contact. I, he, he, ho, hoo. Yay, good job. Oh, there's hundreds and hundreds of exercises, just a few. So
you know what my favorite exercise is?
What?
The milkshake.
Okay, let's do that. Let's take all the feel-good hormones. They're in each glass, all right? And we're going to pour them making a sound. Going to go a, and then drink them laughing.
Okay.
Let's try it again. A, a. Very good. Milkshake fight. Well, audience, I hope you didn't get too wet.
And that, when we think of it, it really is. It's using laughter and exercises, just like you would go to the gym and do your, kind of strength training exercises. Well, this is just our health building exercises is the way I think of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Beverly, believe it or not, we are like, it goes by so friggin' fast.
It does.
Promise
it's been
me
such a wonderful time together.
And we can do another episode some point in the future, and some other different sorts of laughter exercises we can share with people.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
And now, here's what I want you to do. Tell people if people were interested in having you do some kind of workshop or leader for them, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, you can go to my email, bev_burr@msn.com. You can call me. Those are the best ways. Maybe you could share that somewhere for them.
Yep, I will.
Okay.
If you give me permission, I'm actually
Absolutely.
going to put a little thing, a little lower third that just has your contact information for people to reach out to you then.
Okay. And if you wanted to put the websites of the other people in the laughter world, I can give you those.
Okay. Oh, that would be great. I think the more resources and tools we can give people, the better. So,
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Carol. It was wonderful.
Laugh ourselves out of here. You ready?
Okay, ready.